Hi Libra, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. And if you're coming to my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you. This is a very young channel. We're about 6 months old, 7 months old. And if you are returning, I also want to thank you for watching my videos and hoping that you've subscribed. So what we're going to do for you, Libra, is we're going to do a mid-month check-in. And I'm going to start off by looking at what pattern is showing up in your life for healing right now. Oftentimes when patterns do show up in our life, we tend to ignore them or deny them. And, you know, it could be like something like same kind of people are showing up in our life, or we're feeling the same emotions when certain things are happening in our life. And so I really want to look at what pattern is showing up for you that requires healing, just to kind of bring some awareness to it. Because in part 2, I want to look at the aspect of your shadow that is driving that pattern. And what do I mean by that? So we're going to be doing some shadow work. And if you're not familiar with the term shadow or shadow work, I've left a video in the description box called My Powerful 4-Step Guide for Shadow Work. And it's a video that I put together on my other channel called Carol Cares. And what it is a compilation of all the work that I've learned, that I've done in the last 7 years to face my own shadow. And because really, you know, 95% of all of our thinking that drives our patterns and our behaviors in our life is what sits in the unconscious, our shadow. The other 5% of human thinking is what we consciously know. And honestly, you can go online and you can Google that. It's a known fact. And so it's really important that we start to dig into our shadow to try to heal what's in there, because that's what's driving this pattern that's showing up for us. And then finally, number 3, I'm going to ask for what advice does the tarot have for you to begin to heal your pattern. And I want to remind you that this is a general reading, so don't try to make it fit. Sometimes you can deny what I'm saying because you don't want to deal with it. That's another thing too, right? That you have to be aware of. So let's start out with the Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to ask for 3 cards right now. First, I'm going to ask for what pattern in your life is showing up for healing right now. What pattern in Libra's life is showing up for healing right now? 1 card flat, please. Oh, gave me 2 cards. So we're going to start off with the 10 of Cups in reverse. And then the 3 of Swords. I don't know why I'm blanking out on those 2 cards. All right. What aspect from your shadow is driving this pattern? 1 card, please. The 9 of Cups in reverse. So we have 2 cup energies here, 2 cards so far. What advice from the tarot do you have for Libra to begin to heal this pattern? You have the 9 of Wands. All right, so we have these 3 cards here. And then I'm going to ask for some clarification here. Okay, it seems to me that the Light Seers deck is calling me here. Okay, so I'm going to ask for, let's have some clarification for the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Some clarification, please. 2 to 3 cards here. Yeah, I'm going to put those back. It was 4. That's too many. It tends to happen at the beginning when you start to. Here we go. All right, 2 to 3 cards for clarification for those. See if some of those cards might come on again. There's 1. Okay. Another card, please, for clarification. 1 more. There we go. All right, so you have the High Priestess in reverse. And you have the Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups in reverse. Clarification, please. Two cards. I think we have our two cards. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Wands. Two cards, please. You have the Hermit card in reverse. And one more card. Time, one more card here. Oh, the Chariot card turned over at the end. That's where I was trying to get. All right, I'm going to use the mini Rider-Waite deck here. Just for some clarification, just give it a quick shuffle here. Oops, I don't want anything out of here. I just want to shuffle it. Oops. All right, I'll leave that here. All right, let's begin. So Libra. Oh, and I want to pull a spirit animal card for you at the end. I'll put that here so I don't forget. Okay. So, what pattern in your life is showing up for you? We have the Ten of Cups here. Let's talk about the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is, Ten of Cups tells me that, you know, in an upright position, the Ten of Cups refers to the full range of emotions. It's number 10. So that would be the full range of emotions that all of us are meant to experience and to feel, because emotions are meant to come in and then we feel them and we process them and they leave, and that's how we heal. But this is in reverse here, and so I'm seeing here that there seems to be a bit of stuckness. When we get stuck on certain emotions, we can get stuck on, you know, things like depression or anxiety or anger. We can get stuck on them where we don't feel them, and if we don't feel them, if we there's a big resistance to feeling some certain emotions, they will get stuck in our system. And what happens when that, you know, when we get stuck on certain emotions, causes a heck of a lot of pain in our bodies. A lot of pain. Sometimes it can actually show up physically if we've got these stuck emotions, because emotions are in our body. They're not in our head. They're in our body. And so when we refuse to feel a certain emotion or we get stuck on them, you're gonna see this pain coming out. Now, you know, only this is a general reading, so let's see if I can get some more clarification on this what's happening with you, where there's a stuck emotion that's you're sitting in right now. Well, the High Priestess shows up, and the High Priestess is definitely a card of intuition. She's the second card in the Major Arcana. Very, very powerful card here. She's in reverse. And what happens here is, I think I'm seeing that you're having great difficulty on getting in touch with your own intuition, your own inner guidance. And that is a beautiful feminine quality that we all have. But you're not having access to it because these emotions are just blocking it. And I can see here that you definitely have, again, this Two of Pentacles has come up, and this Two of Pentacles talks about, you know, normally in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the juggler that's juggling these two pentacles, and there seems to be really and this is a card of you know, a decision that needs to be made. And we just talked about the high priestess, about going into our inner guidance and trying to listen to what we need to do when we're trying to make a decision. But, and so this tells me that, maybe you're sitting in a real ungrounded state here. And we can get quite ungrounded because when we're kind of lopsided, when we're trying to make a decision here and we don't know which one to choose, we can really get ungrounded in our head because we can do a lot of spinning and we're not in touch with our own inner guidance here. So what I'm seeing is, I think what's happening is, because you have these emotions that are stuck in your head, it could be anxiety. There's something that's preventing you from making your own decisions. I think I'm going to say that you're probably someone that hates making decisions, absolutely hates it. And when you do end up making a decision, it's a very ungrounded decision because there's something that's blocking you from really getting in touch with your own intuition and making grounded decisions for yourself. And sometimes they're not the right decisions. And it's kind of like, well, I got to make a decision, or you'll go out and ask everybody to make your own decisions. Believe me, I've been there before. But this is kind of a thing that's coming up for you that, you have to start paying attention to. Well, why can't you make your own decision? Why are you having such a struggle to make decisions in your life for yourself? Why can't you reach your intuition? Why can't you rely on your own inner guidance rather than try to get someone else to make your decision? Or it's just become such a struggle for you and it's quite painful, especially if your anxiety comes up every time you have to make a decision. It's just this fear, this great fear of having to make a decision. And so what is sitting in your shadow? What's sitting in your shadow that needs healing, that's causing this anxiety, this fear, causing you to be so up in your head about making this decision? Well, you have the 10 of Cups in reverse here. And the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is in reverse, but look at this individual right here. This is somebody that is really decided that they're stopping at the 9 of Cups. They're not going to go to this 10 of Cups here that you have that's in reverse, where we're supposed to feel all our emotions. And I can see here that there's something that's in your shadow that made you get stuck in this particular instance where I'm not going to feel anymore. I don't want to feel. And I mean, this is only the 9 here. If you pull that blue sheet away, there's going to be more emotions under here. And so I can see that in your shadow where this comes from your childhood. This comes from being an adolescent, where something happened where you just kind of went, I don't want to feel anymore. No, thank you. 5 of Wands comes up here. And the 5 of Wands is a card of conflict. Not just any conflict. It's in reverse here. And so this is a card of the ego self in conflict with other people, judging themselves, comparing their batons here, their wands, comparing who's got the bigger wand. Mine is stronger than yours. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to win this. And it's in reverse here. So I'm seeing here that there's really this unworthiness. There's this unworthiness that's sitting here in your shadow that is stuck. So like I said, you're not feeling anymore. You become kind of really stuck on this unworthiness. And the 10 of Pentacles comes in reverse. And the 10 of Pentacles is an interesting card. Pentacles is all about unworthiness. And in this card in particular, let's look at it in an upright position. It looks like it's a family card. You have some generations going on here, father, mother, child. But what's really important is this design that's up here. You can see it. It's a design of the Kabbalistic tree of life, the formation that makes those dots. You see all those little nodes on it? And the Kabbalistic tree of life is like in itself, it's like it's kind of like a key to finding out who you are. It's a key to finding out where you came from, what your roots are. And it's from the Jewish culture, and it's something that they study. Every one of these nodes here, they're going to study to find out, who you are, where you came from. It really is a deep dive sometimes into your own shadow. And this is in reverse here. And so what I'm seeing is here, for me, when this shows up in the shadow, obviously it's a generational card, but it talks about our roots. And so this card right here talks about generational trauma. Like, what sort of trauma have you inherited from your own parents that has come down to you that maybe they would have inherited from their own parents, from your grandparents, that is really causing you some unworthiness here, that has prevented you from feeling, that has prevented you from being stuck. These emotions have been really stuck in your system. And so when it comes time for you to make this decision, when a decision comes up, you don't trust yourself because you don't think you're worthy enough. These emotions from your childhood, this generational trauma that is sitting in your shadow that needs to be healed, is causing you to trust yourself, causing you to distrust yourself, actually. It's causing you not to trust yourself. And every time it comes up, it's just this automatic go-to where I don't trust myself in making a decision for myself. And so you don't hear there's this fear. There's this fear that comes up of you not trusting yourself. So somewhere along the lines when you were younger, you were taught not to trust yourself. And then so how can you heal? How can you heal this? Here's the Knight of Wands here. This Knight is what I call a freedom fighter. Knights in my deck are this adolescent part of us. If you think of adolescents, how they want to be free to be themselves, there's a part of you that wants to be free, that wants to be authentic, that wants to take your life into a new direction. Obviously, I see that because it talks about making decisions. And so every time it comes up where you put yourself first, where you want to do something for yourself, this fear comes up where you distrust yourself. And so the universe wants you to kind of, get hold of that freedom, that part of you that wants that freedom to be you, that wants that freedom to be you through your authenticity. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to grab onto that part of you that wants to be free, that heal that part of you? Well, the Hermit card comes in reverse here. In an upright position, this is the Major Arcana card. This is a huge universal force here. The Hermit is the individual that shines the light. The Hermit goes inwards. This is the journey of going inwards. The universe wants you to start to go inwards, to get still, to get quiet. And when you get still and when you get quiet, that's how you're going to get in touch with your own inner guidance, your own high priestess. That's how you get in touch with your own inner guidance to start to know where to go next. Because I see here that you have difficulty making decisions. And so the universe says, well, when it comes time for you to make a decision, it's time for you to get still. Right now, this is in reverse because you need to start that inner journey for yourself of getting still and start to hear your own intuition. You will. It'll tell you which way to go. The Chariot card, another Major Arcana card that comes, you have two powerful universal cards that come out for you right at the end as guidance from the tarot. The second one is the Chariot. Look at this individual. He's guiding these two horses. He's not guiding these in their wild horses. They get to go whatever direction they want to go in. He has no control over these horses. He is using his own control, his own willpower here. This Chariot card comes out here and says, and sure, you know, it's a card of movement. Often tarot readers talk about movement, but it's a different kind of movement. It's kind of saying, you know, you've controlled your life up to this point by trying to control everything with your mind. Trying to, because you know, you didn't know how to make your own decisions, so you tried to control things. But this card is saying it's time now that you give up that control and you go inwards and you start to allow your own inner guidance, which is really the guidance of the universe that comes through for you. That's going to be your new inner guidance, not this Chariot card that controls these horses by his own willpower. It's now going to be this inner guidance that comes from the High Priestess here. You're going to learn. The universe wants you to learn how to get still and to get back into your body and get in touch with your own inner guidance. And so before I pull a card here for you, a spirit animal card to end this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with your June 2024 reading that I've done for you. And I'm also going to leave you with some videos on how to ground yourself. Because this Hermit and this Chariot card is speaking about going inwards and getting back into your body so that you can start to feel some of this pain here that is really maybe causing your anxiety, what has been causing you to distrust yourself when you want to make your own decisions. And so I'll teach you how to ground yourself, and that's going to help you get back into your body. And I'm going to pull a spirit animal here that wanted to come out for you. And this is the vulture spirit that says nothing is wasted. So let me read this for you, number 63. What seems hideous has its own beauty, and the recycling the vulture does is as important as any other activity in nature that supports the cycle of life. Vulture spirit's message is that nothing is to be wasted, for nature sees value in everything that exists. What seems rotten and ugly has the potential to be transmuted into something beneficial. You are reminded that any suffering you have experienced has not gone to waste. Wisdom and understanding that arose from the experience are talismans that will serve you on your journey wherever you go. All that you might wish to deny or discard has value and can be repurposed and reintegrated into the new you that you are becoming and the new life that you are dreaming into being. No pain was in vain, and no experience was wasted for you, for you have the power to use it to co-create something far better. This is the miracle in your partnership with Spirit. And your partnership in Spirit is this whole going inwards, this hermit journey, and start to co-create with Spirit. And they're going to help you with getting in touch with your inner guidance and your intuition to make decisions on your own that are good for you. So take care, Libra, and I'll talk soon. Bye.